Hi, I'm Juicy Jones. This is Orbital Vaping Headquarters, and you are watching Vaping Dawn to Dusk. This is our Saturday morning vape show where we wake up and have a cup of coffee, and a vape, mm, and we hang out, you and me. I want to say hello to everyone that's out there. Today's guest that we're going to talk to is Pierson Gardner, our buddy from Instagram that we just met in the last couple of weeks since Instagram Live started happening. And he just reached out to me and asked to be on the show, and I said yes. So that's a lesson to you. If you want to be on the show, all you got to do is reach out to me, and probably yes. And we fill in stuff all the time, and we book people. I'll have a couple of really cool announcements to make. One, we're going to get Big Lube on the show finally. I've been trying to get him for a while, and last night on Instagram Live, he popped into the chat and said, hey, I'm going to come on the show, and I'm just so thrilled. So we're going to get Big Lube on, and he's such a nice guy, and I just can't wait. You guys know how great it went with Phil, and you know how great it went with Dimitri when they came on, and it's just going to be great. So he'll be cool, and so that's going to be fun. Also, I've got... Like I said, you already know, I have a whole bunch of stuff from Swag Sauce and some other, and Lifted to do reviews on. I forgot I'm wearing the wrong t-shirt. And also, I just want to thank Van Gogh Vapes. Van Gogh Vapes sent me, and I want to thank Van Gogh Vapes and AZ Swag Sauce because they both sent me some really nice stuff. Swag Sauce sent us new flavors and a t-shirt, which is so cool, which I was supposed to wear, but I'm wearing the wrong one. And Van Gogh Vapes sent this entire line of International Delights. You guys remember we did the review of them last fall, the whole coffee shop line, and they were just nice people. They was like, can we send you some stuff? And they sent me International Delights, and these are fucking good. So you guys will be seeing some of these. In fact, I'm vaping the flan one right now, and it's really yummy. If you watch the Instagram Live, you've seen a lot of that. So I want to say hello and good morning. Let me just open up the chat here and see if I can find everybody, because you guys got to be here. I want to say hi. Open a new window. And who's in here? James Rivera, Chili Dog, Jay, 1790, Neil, Mark Jones, Vaporition. Hey, Vaporition. Vaporition, I had another idea. What about the Noisy Cricket 2? And Vaporition asked me a question over Instagram about her significant other was looking for a mod that was kind of tube-like, but I think regulated. And I was going to say, does he want a mech or not? And does he want... something that has to be a tube. And so anyway, one of my ideas was the Noisy Cricket. Hi, Vaporition. Nice to see you. Michaela, Spencer, Timothy, good morning. So many people in chat. I'm so sorry if I don't get to you, but I love all you guys, and this is great. And we've been having a great time on Instagram Live. If you guys aren't there, go to Instagram.com/JuicyJonesHQ, same as the YouTube channel. And I go live every day. Certainly, and then sometimes longer. And next week, we're going to do a live trip to a vape store. We're going to Beyond Vape. We're going to talk to my friend Irvin. For those of you who have seen the previous broadcasts, we went and saw Irvin before, and we had a great time. We spent 3 hours at Beyond Vape at the desk right there with Irvin. I'm sorry, Irwin. I don't know why I'm calling him Irvin. It's early here in Seattle. With my friend Irwin, and his Instagram is OhmRunnin, OhmRunnin. He just erased it all and started over. And so anyway, so we're going next week. We're going to do a live battery wrap, do more builds, and that's fun. I'm sorry if I seem a little rambling. It's early, and that's how it is. It's Vaping Dawn to Dusk. Okay, so I don't want to spend too much time with news and updates because there was only a couple of more things, though. One, Heaven Gifts has joined our family, and so we are going to be getting some stuff from Heaven Gifts, the Maxo Quad. We're going to get the Conqueror Mini, and we're going to get the, I'm really excited, we're going to get the OBS Engine Mini. So we'll see about that. I had the OBS Engine sitting here on my desk, but now for some reason it's gone. I don't know what happened. Oh, there it is. Ha-ha. And so we're going to get the mini version of this, and that's really cool. Also, Coilmaster joined the family, so I can finally have a Coilmaster kit and then hopefully be able to do some giveaways and show you guys some stuff and do some more regular building and stuff. And they're sending the Monstrudo RDA, and they're sending a kit for me to show you guys. And I get so many questions about the Coilmaster kit, and I can't wait to show you every little piece of it. And a lot of you guys ask about this, and a lot of people are interested in learning how to build and stuff. And of course, tons of y'all already know and are super pros. But I love answering those questions from people wanting to get into it too, because Coilmaster is great for that. And I'm so proud to add them to the Orbital Vaping headquarters crew. That's really cool. And I'm probably forgetting somebody. Oh, and I also picked up there's some gear coming from a company called Alpha Fox, and the reason I contacted them, quite honestly, is because they make single and double battery mods, and they look like they might be useful for some of you guys. They just look they look kind of good, and if they work well, then they'll just be another 2 battery or 1 battery mods. One of them might even be an 18500 mod, which 18500 battery is a short one. It's 500 millimeters long instead of 650. Anyway, that's all my news. I love all you guys, and thank you for tuning into chat also. And what we're going to do is I'm going to bring on Pierson Gardner here. We're going to chat with him for a little while, and then we're going to open up the chat for just all kinds of questions and stuff in the middle after a little while, after we get his story. So you guys ask questions and try to make sure I notice him. I'm sorry, I'm going to be mainly chatting with him. And then we're going to answer him, and then we'll have a little hangout afterwards. So, and hey, Mark Jones. So also, if you like these videos, click the like button. And if you haven't subscribed to us, click on the subscribe button. Some people don't realize they haven't subscribed, so click on that thing. And do me a favor and share this video with your friends and the other ones. Also, one more important announcement. If you haven't seen the 2016 anniversary giveaway video, go watch that, because it'll tell you how to enter to win this stainless steel goon from Vapor & Company and this Nuve Alpha mod from Nuve Mods, from our wonderful sponsor at Nuve Mods. And I almost forgot until a few days ago. We've had such a terrible fall. I feel bad for not keeping track of these details. But I also have some t-shirts to give away the winners and AZ swag sauce to go along with those. And so those are really terrific gifts. I also have 2 iJoy RDTAs I'm giving away along with them. They're the version 1s, which I like. So I hope all of you click that subscribe button and go watch that video. I'll try to put a card in here too for the people watching on the replay. So without too much delay, let's bring on Pierson Gardner, our friend from Instagram. Let me just rearrange the displays here a little bit so that you can see us both. Oh, there it is. And I think he's on mute.
I am here.
There you are.
Hello,
hey, Pierson.
Good morning to everybody. I hope you guys are drinking coffee. If you're like me, I hate spilling things, so I always have a to-go cup.
Right? That's funny. That's good. Good for you. Here, hold on 1 second. That's awesome. I think I'm going to change the display. No, I guess we can stay in the middle. Let's ask them what they think. You guys want the big display or the one close up? For now, I'm staying right here. So good morning to you, man. So the first thing we're going to do is get your vapor story, but I'm glad you're doing great. What are you vaping on, first of all? And everybody in the audience, you tell us what you're vaping on as well.
So first off, this morning, what I'm vaping on is obviously I have this beautiful, beautiful brushed gold Minikin with the gold Petri on top. What I'm vaping is
Can I see more of that?
Oh, of course.
Keep talking.
So this is the gold Minikin here, and then this is the gold Petri, obviously. And then you can, let's see if I got that. It's not going to focus. But that's what I'm vaping on. And then I have a crustless key lime pie with a little bit of menthol by Vaporgate. It's called Darth.
Darth nothing.
Yeah,
just Darth.
Just straight Darth. And let's see. Another one is I'm vaping on a Hall of Fame. It's called Donuts by the Hall of Fame. It's a combo with Kilo and Clouds. I forget the other company. But
I think I know that brand. I'm
on the TFV8 on the Evolve 2, and then I have a whole bunch of other stuff. I have the Sweet Axis the CKS Stride, but the black and gold one with the Atom Metropolis tank on top.
That's a little bit too European looking for me, but it looks really, really nice. I mean, for my style, that's a little bit too much, but it looks super nice.
It's one of those super gaudy ones, and you're like, yeah, I like it. And then I just got a whole bunch of stuff. I have a Vapors Club Piglet, which is a unregulated series box with the black goon on top. Vaping on Ethos Strawberry Rush Christmas Tree. And one more is the Tugboat V1, which good guy named Nate made it into a series for me, and I'm vaping on the 30 mil dump tank once again by Vaporgate.
Nice, dude. So I just found your Instagram from clicking around, and because we have been doing Instagram Live, and you tuned in, and so you just sent me a note. But I really like your Instagram, and you just sort of have a personality Instagram. I think that I mean, I just think it's cool. Like, you have a cool personality, and I think that there's almost, you guys need to go follow him. By the way, you can see his tag. I'll switch to the close-up view. That's his Instagram name right there, Pierson Gardner.
Yeah,
Now we have to stay in the middle. This is the problem with this view, is that you have to like, you're too far to your right. Now you're too far to your left. Yeah, you see the problem? Oh, now you're frozen. Your internet's going crazy.
No, like
Your
one
internet
thing
has
for me.
stopped, actually.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, your video isn't updating.
What?
Yeah. Oh, there it is. It's back.
Okay, cool.
Sorry
Yeah,
about that.
one thing about me and my Instagram page is definitely that I bring myself into Instagram. Like, I love to vape and I like to talk about random things. And everybody that's like seen my Instagram, a couple of people that I know see my Instagram, and they're like, where do you come up with some of the things that you say? And I'm like, well, all here, and it just dribbles out the ear into the mouth hole, and it's just brrr, and it goes out.
Pearson's got what you might call a personality page, or that kind of thing. Sort of like me, except I'm boring. And we're working on getting him a better camera. But I love your page. I love your personality. I think it's really cool. We've been working on getting him on the show here pretty quick. Tell everybody, one thing I get from everybody who comes on the show, and this is really important, is that we capture our vapor stories. And so I need you to tell me and the viewers, just describe to them, what your experience was when you quit smoking, about how long you smoked and how tough it was, or even how easy it was, if it was easy for you to quit smoking and start vaping. And I love hearing that from everybody. And we want to hear your story.
Yeah, that's a really good question. Well, the way I smoked for 10 years, I started whenever I was 14, picked up a cigarette, and it was like all downhill from there. I love like the one thing that I liked about cigarettes was the tingle that I got, and just calming during stressful situations. And then it became, after that, it was just like the habit formed, and I was smoking cigarettes. I smoked 2.5 packs of Newports a day for at least 6 years, and then I tried to cut down and down and down. And then someone, actually, his name is Ben, great guy. He works at Vaporgate. He says, "Come on into the shop. I'll set you up with we could get you a good price on a box and get you up with some juice so that you could quit the stinkies." And I was like, "All right, for sure. Bring it on." And so I walked in there. My first mod ever, first one, was the Sigelli Fuchai 200 watt. It was a red box. I thought I was the coolest guy on the planet. And then I had a super tank. And as the last live show that you were on, talking about the juices, number one, the flan, I have to get it. But back to what I was talking about, I was vaping on a lot of tobacco flavors.
That flan's pretty good, by the way.
Oh yeah, woo, that flan though. But I was vaping on a lot of tobaccos because I didn't want to get out of the actual tobacco, because that's what I was craving. And I was vaping like a 12 milligram all the time, and cut it down. I've been vaping for, I think, almost a year now. My vape-versary is what people call it, is coming up here soon, and it's
congratulations. Beautiful. When? What's the date?
It's actually going to be in June. When did I get paid? Because the day I got paid was the day that I went in and bought it. I think it was around June 1st or 3rd. It was one of those 2 days. That would actually be my vape-versary. And it was the best thing. It was the best choice I ever made. Now I'm on 3 milligram, and now I've spent so much money on mods, but they all look great.
Yeah. And we didn't save any money switching to vaping. That's not a thing. Yeah, that's not a thing. But what we do is we don't dive smoking. And so what is it that got you into the vape? Like, did you have a friend that was like, "Hey, you should do it," or were you sort of like, like what was it in your mind that made you think, like? And actually, that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking, like, what was it for you that made you go, "No, this is it. Like, I'm done smoking." Like, that's really what I'm kind of get at, because a lot of people are having trouble because they're smoking, and we all know what it's like to be addicted to cigarettes.
Right. Let's see. The one thing that was the kicker in the pants for me, let's just say this is not the most common story, but yet it is. I was at a rock concert. More specifically, I was at the Dance Gavin Dance 10-year anniversary tour in Denver, Colorado. And I was absolutely like, I had a few too many drinks that night. And I walked outside. I saw somebody just blow just like huge clouds. And I was like, like everybody else does, stumbled up to him. What is that? And he goes, well, it's a vape, bro. And I was like, can I hit that? And next thing you know, I just started vaping on it, and I was like, okay, said, done. Cigarettes don't even taste good as what you're vaping on. And I was like, what is this? And comically, it was actually Darth. So that's where I got my start, was with Darth. And so that's
an amazing
my
story.
little funny story. It's like, I was at a rock concert. I got really, really kind of a little too drunk, and somebody else was vaping, and they were cool enough to let me suck on their mod for a little bit. And I was like, hey, that's super sweet.
That guy saved your life.
Actually, Juicy, I can't hear you, man.
Oh, why not? I think they can.
Technical difficulties here.
I'm sorry, there you are. That guy saved your life.
Yeah, he sure did.
That's amazing. Like, yeah, you can vape on this.
Yeah, and he's actually a good friend of mine to this day. His name is Tyler Brick Cohen.
That's cool.
Yeah, and he's
some random guy you saw at a concert. Hey, you already like the same band, so you got something in common.
Yeah. So we and he's the coolest guy. He had like a what was it? He drinks the same thing. It's a gin and Sprite. And he was like, gin and Sprite and this Crus's key lime pie is the best. And I was like, all right.
It reminds me of the Hitchhiker's Guide thing, where like every culture in the universe has some variant of the gin and tonic. Yeah. Whether it's the gin tonics or like every single culture in the universe, it's the same thing.
Everyone has the same, like a different form of gin and tonic, but it's all gin.
You could literally go anywhere in the universe and say, give me a gin and tonic, and they'll give you a gin and tonic.
Yep.
That's like your buddy. Well, that's cool. That is a really cool story, dude. That's not, I mean, that a lot of people, this is the lesson for the viewers, is that you have to be open to new ideas, and you have to be ready to quit smoking too. So if you're done with the health ramifications, it's so deadly and dangerous for you and has so many bad health ramifications. So the fewer cigarettes you smoke, the better. Get to 0 cigarettes and get into some nicotine. And you'll notice that our friend Pierson, he also had to start with high nicotine on a device that was more tailored towards people who were just sort of recently quitting, and then got into the mechs and all the other stuff too. And you can certainly start with that, but I don't recommend it. I recommend starting with the devices like he did and like I did, with the little Joytecs and the IOs and the Fukais and all those things, the Inokin kits. Here's my T18. Like, get something designed for people who are trying to get off smoking, and use high nic, and then become a hobbyist later if you want to. You can still come hang out in the chat. Even if you're smoking, you can come, but remember, we want you not to smoke.
And then another thing to add on to that is, like, as soon as I stepped into vaping, we were in that down period where everything was going down with the regulations and
last year, yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I started vaping like late. So what can I do? So I automatically hopped onto the initiative. And, I've been trying to donate as much as I can as a common consumer. We got bills to pay out there, but I try to donate to Casaa. I try to donate as much as I can, spread my wealth as much as I can. And more specifically, I am like, and the thing is, not everybody's like me, but everybody is like me. So we all just try to do our part, and that's what I'm trying to do. So definitely, like, the advocacy part is all about it, but at the same time, I'm about, like, I just sold my Sigeli Fuchai to a guy named Anthony, great fella, and he stopped smoking. He was smoking just as much as I did, and now he just vapes. And I was like, sweet, what are you vaping on? And here's the chain reaction, because I was smoking Darth that day, and he was like, this stuff's great. And now he's smoking it now. And he's
vaping.
Yeah.
You're not smoking, you're vaping.
Yeah. Oh, well. He vapes Darth, and then now he also vapes on Kamala. And so I was like, wow.
Hey, remind me I don't think we told anyone who makes Darth.
Big old shout out to the company Vaporgate.
Vaporgate, right.
Yeah, Vaporgate is a great place, great people there, lovely, lovely group of guys. If you get to know them good enough, they'll talk smack about you. But that's and I
Is that
shop
good?
there. Yeah, yeah, it's great
Okay.
because you walk in and you're not a customer anymore. You're just like there, and that's what I like about the community, and that's what really
Yeah.
vaping is also as a community.
Isn't it
And
great?
yeah, and I walk in there and they're like, "Oh God, what are you gonna buy today? Like, we don't have nothing new. You bought it all already. What do you want a second of?"
That's killer. Um, dude, that's killer. Oh, by the way, we didn't even ask you. Tell everybody what you do. You work at the VA, right?
Yeah. So
The
it's a really
Veterans
long title.
Administration in the United States for you guys who work elsewhere or live
Yeah.
elsewhere.
I work. It's a really long title. So
You don't have to be specific if you don't want to.
yeah, no, no, no. As of right now, I work through the Department of Veteran Affairs through the National Cemetery Agency as a temporary groundskeeper maintenance for Fort Logan National Cemetery. So what I do more specifically is I tend to the ground and I make sure that our cemetery there is as good looking as the day as it opens.
Thank you,
Yeah, and so it's
because
one
I
thing that
care
I
about
do
that.
for our veterans. So
My everybody in my entire family has fought in every war this country's ever had up till the 70s, back to before the Revolutionary War. So
yeah,
I
and
am,
then
yeah.
yeah, and then one little morbid note, like it's really morbid, but it's that's one thing that Fort Logan has gotten as like a footnote in its like little popularity poll is that it's really morbid to say, and I want to say in the most respectful way possible, but um somebody that is laid to rest there is Danny Dietz. Danny Dietz is his final resting place is there. Actually, his grandfather is also resting there as well. And so we got national heroes there, and we
Yeah.
also have 4 Medal of Honor recipients there. So
I mean,
it's
who died for their country who isn't a national hero also? Just a basis, right? Like,
right,
boom. So,
right,
anyway, that's really cool. That's a cool job. And I wanted everyone to know you do that because that's the kind of job that you don't go and do every day unless you actually like it
yeah,
because, it's boring. Yeah, but it's beautiful, and you get to tend to these. You get to me, it's a memory, it's a history journey. Every time you walk past all that stuff, you get to imagine all their lives and their journeys and the wars, and it's like that's cool. Because I'm a
yeah,
big history buff, obviously,
yeah,
because I
absolutely.
traced my genealogy within like 5 generations of the original William Capps come over from to Yorktown. Like I am this
Wow.
close to going straight back to William Capps, this close. Um, and it turns out that there's a lot of us who came from William
Yeah,
Capps. Anyway, I think that's a really cool job. So I think that's cool. And I knew these guys would appreciate it too because we have a lot of veterans who are in here.
yeah.
And I want to shout out, by the way, I want to shout out to Bob. Bob is not feeling well. He got wheeled out in a wheelchair by his wife here so he could have a vape. And I just want to shout out and say we love you, Bob. I hope you're doing great. And keep me posted and everything about what's going on. And hello to everyone. We have a bunch of questions and stuff, and I want to tell you guys, start chiming in. We're about halfway
Yeah.
through the show. Ask anything you want. I was going to say I got a question earlier when we touched on this in the beginning of the show. I should do a little identification. I'm Juicy Jones. This is Juicy Jones Orbital Vaping Headquarters, and you're tuned into Vaping Dawn to Dusk. Our guest today is our friend Pierson Gardner from Instagram, who we're meeting. And we're hanging out with you. I did a bunch of boring announcements, or actually really exciting announcements in the beginning, but I want to remind you, if you like these, click on the like button down there and subscribe. And don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends and subscribe. I'm going to do this. I'm going to just say subscribe over and over. And also share them with your friends and all that stuff. And come to Instagram, Juicy Jones HQ, because we do a lot of live stuff.
Yep. And then also, if you guys know me from Instagram, like the one thing that I say is the guy you don't even know and you already hate. Back at you again. Lols.
There's his name right there on the screen. It's Pierson Gardner, spelled all one word. Very easy. So, yeah, we'll take some questions. But I got a question before the show while we were having coffee and stuff from Vaporition, and she's helping her boyfriend. I believe it's your boyfriend, her significant other. I actually don't know. Quit smoking. It's been 4 days. So yay, 4 days. This is not easy. This is hard shit. So
First 4 days.
he's I don't know if they're having trouble or what, but I'm trying to figure out what kind of tanks and stuff they have. He doesn't like the mod he's got, and we'll find out if they like the tank. But I was going to say maybe the noisy cricket too. I don't know. He probably needs something with a factory coil, I guess. So TFE8 Big Baby maybe with a 2 coil. That's a really good one.
Possibly. I mean, it all depends because, like, as my own vaping style, I wanted something a little more mouth-to-lungy so that I could still get that sensation. of actually like inhaling
Uh-huh.
and knowing what I'm doing. So there's actually great products out there that are out there right now. Like the MyJet by, is that Watofo or Wismec? I think I'm wrong on both
Not
ends,
sure. Oh,
but MyJet, and then there's the eLeaf iJoy, or no, iCare.
the
That one's
iJust,
also,
yeah, the new eLeaf S model,
yeah.
the Joytech IO, and the Anakin T18 kit are great. But I think she was telling me that he thought that the IO was too small or something. I mean, it might just be that. I mean, really, it doesn't matter. I mean, the portability factor matters a little bit, but the most important thing is the tank being the right kind of tank with high enough nick in it,
Right.
and that the battery works. And I'll tell you the best example. When I quit, we had to use these. Actually, they weren't even these yet, but they were just fake SIGs. But we had to use these terrible batteries, and these are the same as this, except they have no control over anything, and they're garbage batteries, and they're low power. So that's why it was unpleasant. We only really get bigger mods to be able to get better batteries out of them and stuff.
So I just read in the chat that he has the TFE4. So one good thing, but he just wants
Oh,
something
I
a little
love.
more. Oh, okay. Well,
Oh, this is it then. Get the Noisy Cricket too. Done
yeah,
deal.
yeah, done
Done
deal. Like,
deal. Oh,
roasted. And then another one, if you want something
or
like
the
a little more portable, you could do something small. And just like the Noisy Cricket, and just move up, and you can move up to that, or you could stay at the box that you have and go to a smaller tank that has a little more mouth to lung. There's I'll keep on saying it because that's what I used, is the super tank. And then there's also a lot of different ones, except I remember back in like 2008, whenever one of my uncles was vaping, and he was using something that had like the octopus coils, where it had just like strands
Oh
of
yeah,
like,
no, we don't talk about that anymore, except
yeah.
in jest. He loves his TFE4. If the TFE4 is 24 millimeters, get the Noisy Cricket 2. If the TFE4 is 22 millimeters, which I can't remember honestly, then get the Noisy Cricket 22 millimeter one. But the Noisy Cricket 2 is killer. It's like it's the smallest, the best regulated thing there is. It's like the very smallest regulated mod I've got that has all the right chips to be safe. And I have other smaller mods, but none of them are safe like this and flexible and will fire every single thing on my desk. For those of you who watch Instagram, you'll remember that last week I did a whole hour on Instagram where all I did after our review of this on this channel, all I did was fire every single atomizer on my desk with this mod on air live. Picked them all up one at a time and fired every single one. And I don't have any other mods that will fire. Oh, that's not true. I have one more mod that will do that, and that's this one, my Hot Sig DNA 200, which is a miracle. I don't know how it does it, but it does. Um, so there you go. And the Homewrecker G2 is close, but actually the Homewrecker G2 counts too. But the Hot Sig will fire things it shouldn't. I'll just say that. Like it'll fire things where like, wow, everyone else says short, but you're reading correctly. It also might just be that much smarter. The evolved chip might be that much better. That it knows it's not really a short, and everyone else gets confused.
Yeah, I
So I love
really
the
like
Noisy Cricket
the
too.
Evolve. I really like the Evolve chip. I just like its super flat signal, and it reads every time.
Okay,
I've never had a skip.
oh, yeah, and so I just want to point out again, Michaela, that we're not talking about the Noisy Cricket. We're talking about the Noisy Cricket 2. Just want to be clear. No one's talking about the Noisy Cricket because no one is recommending anyone buy that. I own one as well, but I don't lie. I hate it. So get a Noisy Cricket 2. The Noisy Cricket 2 is regulated. And it's the smallest thing you're going to get that's regulated. It's amazing. It has no digital display, but oh, I love it. So safe. I just rebuilt my engine last night on Instagram. That was kind of fun.
How's the flavor today?
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's still not a TFE8 to me, though.
Yep.
Isn't the Noisy Cricket a series? Martin Futrell. The Noisy Cricket is... Okay, now remember, I'm not talking about the Noisy Cricket 1. I'm talking about the Noisy Cricket 2. So everyone already knows everything about the Noisy Cricket 1. Noisy Cricket 1 was last year. Not talking about the Noisy Cricket. The Noisy Cricket is this mod right here. See this? Garbage. This is the Noisy Cricket 2. The Noisy Cricket 2 is the update to the Noisy Cricket, and it kicks motherfucking ass all over the ground, all over everyone else. It beats the crap. It's series or parallel. You flip the bottom, and the batteries both go in the same way. You can't fuck it up. It's got a potentiometer on it. It has a power switch with a battery indicator light under it that also tells you what mode you're in, white mode or red mode. It has a direct voltage mode. It has a bypass mode. It has a regulated mode, parallel and series. This is the best little tiny mod that there is. For $35, it's unbelievable. And it makes me embarrassed that America can't make this, because this is amazing.
One question.
There's my lecture on noise cricket.
What are the numbers? What's the wattage that's able to go to, or its ampage, on the potentiometer?
3 to 6 volts.
Oh, okay, 3 to 6 volts.
3 to 6 volts, and if you put it in bypass, it's just Ohm's law on your batteries.
Yeah, the straight.
So if you put this in bypass mode, it's exactly the same as the Noisy Cricket 1, except it's not an unsafe piece of shit. I'm trying to get this message out to people. Throw away your Noisy Cricket 1 and buy a Noisy Cricket 2. You trust me. This will blow you away. You'll think you bought a premium mod. You'll be like, what? Why didn't they sell me this last year? This is killer. You will love this mod if you like your Noisy Cricket. This will blow. You'll be like, oh yeah. It is a little bigger. And it doesn't matter. It's perfect. Look at that. It's like a half an inch bigger, and that's it. That's the only difference. It's made of everything better. It's everything about this is awesome. I keep on trying to get the word out, but Noisy Cricket, people turn off their head and they go, oh, Noisy Cricket. I either already own it or it's not safe. And I'm like, Noisy Cricket 2, they should have renamed it the freaking Grasshopper. You know, like that would have been a better idea. Or the Praying Mantis. They should have thought of this, because people don't like the word Noisy Cricket, or they already own it.
Yep. I had one for a little bit, and then I got rid of it because I was like, no, I'm not. I'm like, I always, like we talked about, I do this like one butt cheek in the air with like nothing in the pocket, and I had to like let it sit there and ever so gently like, and wear like the baggiest pants possible, so I have like the most room in order to try to get it out.
You can't put a Noisy Cricket in your pocket. It's not safe. It's annoying. And the only way to do it is to be super. I mean, you can't. I can't recommend it. I mean, we all try, but you can't. And the Noisy Cricket, when you use it, unless you're a fool, whenever you use it, it just feels unsafe. And it would be foolish to believe that thing felt safe. It just does not. I mean, dude, my father-in-law is a nuclear health and safety inspector. He was the guy that managed the team that cleaned up 3 Mile Island. Safety is something, and safety and science are core to my entire life being. And the Noisy Cricket 2 is not safe. I own it, but it would be a foolish lie to pretend that it's safe in any case. And so this thing rules, and you give up nothing. You get bypass mode. You get all the hit of it. So it's great. Anyway, no more lecturing on that. Listen to me. I'll just go on and on. Stay in the middle, buddy. Just warn you, stay in the middle. Yeah, we're zoomed in, so we look all sexy and close up. We're all good. It looks like double D's. What's going on here? We should look in chat. It looks like Vaporation have to go for a while. People are tripping out over how cheap oh my God, thank you, Chris Greslak. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Because Chris said that he didn't like the flavor on the engine. And I want to thank you for saying that, because I get so much shit over the engine. It's like, I don't like it either. I think it's meh. I think it's okay. And, it's meh. Oh, look at that. My avocado has been laying on the table all night long, and it did not leave any mark and didn't leak. So that's nice, isn't it?
Wicking King.
That is nice. But I'm really glad to hear that you didn't dig the engine either, because to me, I loved everything about it, except I don't really dig the looks that much, but who cares? But and building on it is amazing. It's really easy, like all that. But the flavor just isn't there. It's just not. And I have good shit in there, and I have 8 other tanks or 7 other tanks that I compare it to that are great. So I know. I know what I think. Ooh, avocado. Yummy. So what's your plans for 2017, Pierson? What are you going to be doing this year?
Oh man. So 2017, so some of my plans are a little spaced. So number one, here in late February, possibly early March, I'm going to be going to Bismarck, North Dakota, going to go see my brother, Connor Wood. Love him to death. And then, oh yes, thank God. And then let's see. Let's see here. What else am I going to be doing? And then I'm going to be actually trying to take a trip out to Seattle because I'm a big Magic the Gathering fan. To go to Card Kingdom and go to a couple little stomping ground show places that a band called Alexis on Fire went to. I am
Where
a
do they go to?
boy. Oh
I can
man.
tell you if they're even in existence anymore. I can tell you that one of the worst transformations in Seattle history is going on.
Yeah.
That all the
Uh,
charm is being demolished out of this city, and all the city is now becoming glass. It's just flat glass right to the sidewalk.
I don't really remember the names, but some of them were just really old, like little brick bars that had little stages in the background, and
All
they just
gone.
like, yeah, and I just
There's
want to
one
like,
left. It's called the Comet.
oh, you see, Monine played at the Comet, and so that's one place I'm going to be checking out.
That's where I live.
Um,
I live 5 blocks from there.
Holy crap!
Yeah, I live on
Um,
Capitol Hill.
Nice. See, and I've always wanted to go to Seattle because the whole like Sleepless in Seattle deal. I want to like just embrace myself in the ambiance of it and just get myself enticed and then also with that I'm going to be doing some transformations. A shout out, really big thank you to you because I'm going to be doing some things, getting some things going for myself, getting my Instagram going again. And stuff like that. But mostly it's that, and then focusing on my career. And my career is just to build as much as I can and get as far as I can within different agencies, and also advocate that nobody should be smoking cigarettes
Yeah,
because
it's ridiculous.
yeah, and just make the community stronger. And because there's hemo people out there that are just like, oh, you're vaping on a Fu Chai 200. Well, I have a Axis Vapes M17,
Ooh, nice.
and you're like,
Nice.
yeah, and you're like, oh wow, so that's super sick, but I can't afford $500. And just to drop on a box
Well,
whenever
when
I
I'm on disability, that's when I'll vape. No.
yeah, exactly. And so I'm going to be trying to like cut down the line between somebody that's a hemo and somebody that's just vaping to stop smoking. Because we should all band together as one rather than separate ourselves between I can afford this, so I'm going to vape this.
I agree.
And yeah,
And you're
so
in good company here. We welcome you to this family because that's how we are here. We're not about the gear. We're about matching your vaping to your nicotine needs and being a hobbyist and building and learning and asking questions and being scientific. So that's what our family's all about. We're inclusive rather than exclusive. So I think that's great. That's totally how we are.
right, exactly. And that's one thing that I'm really trying to focus on this year is just trying to shout the word of saying we're one rather than separated, because everybody just says that everybody's separated because of what they can spend on what they can do. And
And I
it's
tell you, if we want to change the way vaping is perceived, we don't just sit and wait for a Trump asshole government to dismantle our fucking government. What we should do is do what the NRA advocates do. Show
yes,
the fuck up. When
yes,
something is going on in your city where it is vape related and your legislators are talking about it, you show up and you stand in that line and you say to them, no. If it affects vaping, no. I don't care what it is. No. Because and all you have to do is say, I smoked for 25 years and
yeah,
I got lung cancer, and you tell your story, whatever that story is. And
yeah,
then you said, vaping saved my life. You go tell that story. If every vapor went and told that story every time something was going on like this, if we treated it like the NRA does, vaping would be, you know, venerated in this country. But instead, it's vilified, and people
yeah,
they treat it like it's insane. I didn't mean to yell. I'm so sorry, but I get so upset. It's like we should advocating isn't just sitting back going, "Yeah, I reposted that and signed a petition." That's not what it is. You call your congressman. You call your representative. Get over the fear of what happens on the other end of the phone. I'll
yep,
do live Instagrams and call them live and show you guys. It is not intimidating. You call them on the phone. You only need 3 phone numbers: your congressman and your 2 House representatives,
yep,
and then whoever your local people are. When you call them, this is how the U.S. government works. And I'm telling you for a fact. You call them, people are employed to answer the phone. Those people's job involves listening to people that call and mention specific pieces of legislation, and they write down yes or no. They have a little book next to the phone, and it says issue number so and so. Yes, constituent name. So you call and you say, "Hi, my name is Eli. I live in, I'm a constituent of Patty Murray's. I live in Seattle, and my zip code is 98104. And I'd like you, please, to tell Ms. Murray to vigorously support Bill blah, 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 because it will save lives in vaping. Or vigorously oppose Bill so-and-so and so-and-so because it will make people die of lung cancer." And that's all you have to do. They'll say, "Thank you.
Yep.
We're glad you called. Have a great day," and hang up. That's how you vote every day.
Yep.
And if you do that every day, for Christ's sake, if every vapor did that every day, we're talking about a few minutes. I have those 3 numbers programmed into my phone. It would make a huge difference. These people's job is to keep this, and whether they agree or not, they still see the numbers, and those numbers go into the official record, by the way. So this is an official state record that you're calling and informing on. So you guys, like, they know what we think, and if enough people call, they will start talking differently. And we need to educate these people. We need to let the legislators understand what vaping is. They don't understand because a lot of them aren't smokers and don't vape or whatever. They need to understand more, and they're being lied to everywhere. So
and
that's my rant.
And that is a really big one. I'm just going to expand on this really quickly, but like with the Surgeon General right now and how he just put out that paperwork saying, well,
lunacy,
an undisclosed study and this, that, and whatever, and vaping, it could be leading to childhood vaping, and because of their misguided advertising. And which that I completely respect, because misguided advertising can lead towards a younger community, which that should be regulated. But we as vapors should regulate that ourselves, kind of like the NRA does.
Well, we have the government to do that. This is an example of a good use of the FDA. Is yes, that vaping products need to be adults only. That's good. But the thing is, if you 18 is fine, but if you raise that age to 21, you increase smoking.
Yes.
And this is a bad thing. What they're doing is they're using only ideology instead of using brains and science. So that's why we need to educate them. They're totally ignorant, and these things make no sense what they're doing.
Yeah, definitely. And there's a real big shout out that everybody does, and I want to as well publicly, is Jennifer Berger Coleman. She does a lot for the San Francisco or the California Bay Area, and she takes like letters from everybody and gives them to their representatives. One little funny story about the state of Colorado, I forget his name. It's like Dale Gardner or something like that. That's our representative. And for the first like 3 months that I was vaping, they were like, "You're such and such Gardner's. Are you related to him? How could you be a vapor and be related to him?" I'm like, look, there's a lot of
thought
Gardners.
You were related to him.
Yeah, I was like, there's a lot of Gardners out there. He's not my family tree. He's somebody else's. We just might share a last name.
That's funny. So I wish I could keep up with chat. You guys have so many good suggestions and instructions and notes and stories, and I just think it's amazing. I wish Google would let me actually keep these things after the show. And I just want to thank everyone: Martin, Tommy, Double D's, Chris, Chili Dog, Bob, Beauty and the Vapes, Michaela, Justin. I mean, everybody who chimes in. You guys are so great, and we love this. And part of the fun of this show and everything on this channel is that we all get to hang out together as well, and that's cool. Right now they're talking about building, and they're saying, Martin's talking about still not being able to build, but I relate. I'm not a very good builder, but I can do it. And get a kit, get a Coil Master kit. As soon as my stuff comes, they may give me a code or something, and I'll ask them. I don't know, and maybe not, but I do know that everyone should have a Coil Master kit because they're awesome. If you want to build,
I bought one because I was just like everybody else with that 2.5 millimeter screwdriver and just like holding one end and like ever so slightly but strongly like trying to wrap Kanthal, which is like some of the silliest wire like you were talking about. It's just weird, and you're like, okay, well, these coils suck because they're super spaced and they're all weird. And then once I got the coil jig is what's inside of that Coil Master kit.
Love that.
Oh, beautiful. Crank, 8 wraps, done. Slip it in, everything's good. Clip your leads.
The screwdrivers work okay, but it's I'm a little bit anal, and it's fun for me to pretend I'm precise. I'm a shitty builder. Just to tell everyone that you guys all know there's 18 months of YouTube on here showing how shitty a builder I am. But Martin, you'll get the hang of it. I'm certain you will. Oh, and I want to say hi to Leighton Vapes. Leighton Vapes, hey man, how are you? It's my buddy. I haven't seen you in a while in an actual show, so I'm so glad you made it. That's great. We have hey Christine, we have so many great viewers. I can't believe I love my vape fam. Seriously, like I wouldn't be here without you guys. So thank all of you. Y'all are awesome. Yeah, building is really fun. I've been doing a lot on Instagram, and the truth is, I think I figured out that um, building wire is, a real art form. You can there's so much to do inside building an actual piece of wire to melt coils. Actually, wrapping coils is not that tough. Anybody can take wire and build coils. So if you're practicing or whatever, you'll get it. Just, there'll be a thing you'll get good at making that you'll like. And otherwise, you can still buy coils. You can buy coils from Yeti's Vapes, our buddy Yeti Wires. Boom. And Mike is an incredible coil smith. He's insane. And
do you have
wires.
a price for Yeti wire and what kind of builds he does?
Oh, he does insane builds. Yeah, I mean, he sent me 6-wrap triple fused aliens. He sent me alien coil 5-wraps. I've got 8-wrap stainless steel fused Claptons. I've got staggered fused Claptons and a cat track set.
See, and
he just finished a whole bunch of more stainless steel stuff.
Nice. See, tripped on everything. Lord have mercy. But one thing that I have with building is that I've learned that I buy from people who take the notch drill and your fish hooks and make them, because I've tried machined alien coils to handmade alien coils, and you could definitely tell that difference. And that was a really big thing for me, is like that machined coils, they take so much time and so much pinching and grabbing and scraping just to get it glowing correctly. And then number one, the ohms on it will be either A, too high, or B, too low for certain builds that you're looking for it. And that's what I think about it. Like, all machined coils are terrible.
Hey, by the way, there's Tommy Vapors tuned in too. Hi. And I'm so glad to see you. Tommy Vapors tried to get me to come hang out last night, but I was like, oh my God, it's so late. Like, we were joking, the Pierson and I, about what an early bird I am, but it's funny. Yeah, the cat tracks are really good, Justin. They're just catching up with the Yeti part now. I always forget there's like a 45-second lag. But yeah, I totally agree with you. And when you're putting on really, really good high quality coils, whether you've made them yourself, which has never happened to me, maybe one time, or ones that are made by super pros like Yeti Wires or my friend James Reeves or whomever, that they just set easier. They set, and when you burn and dry fire Canthal and Nichrome from people that have made it themselves that are really good, it's really, you can tell by looking at it. And the machine made ones, you can see imperfections and all kinds of stuff. And real coils have little imperfections sometimes too, but they're still amazing, I've had coils from Twisted Messes that had little tiny imperfections, but I mean, they were his coils and they were great. They were still as good as any, because even he'll tell you that sometimes there's little tiny kinks or whatever.
Yeah, and another great builder out there is M-Turk. And M-Turk coils are freaking-tastic. Yeah, they're expensive, but I mean, they're so worth the money, because I had my Goon with M-Turk coils. I had and I had a couple other builds. My Gemini, my Mason Gemini series. I had that on M-Turk coils, and oh Lord, I just love them with my heart's content. And there is a big difference. And like you said, and I completely agree with those tiny imperfections. To me, that shows quality, because those tiny imperfections show like that is made by somebody, and that was done with precision and with like love and care, like your grandma would a pie.
Yeah, actually, I would maybe correct you there. That's actually showing character, not quality. It's the reverse of quality when there's a flaw. But yeah, it's just literally the other thing. But you're right, though. I like it. And the thing is, it doesn't have it's good. It's all good. And knowing that someone made them too, and you paid someone to help make them a living, that's a good thing too. Because paying some Chinese machine to make coils, not so great.
Yeah.
Not that excited. Those are nice for filler coils. We can't all afford a bunch of M-Turk coils all the time.
Right.
But you can afford to buy wire from decent people sometimes. You can do that. And that's easy to make your own coils and get a coil master kit and make your own mini Claptons. One of my favorite builds is like a 0.7 that I put on my Evogo. That's like, it's like 8 wraps of 28 wrapped in 32. Just zip 2 coils. And it's just a great high series build It's really good for flavor, baby.
So, what normally is your ohmage that you like to sit out for series boxes?
Oh, I can't. Oh, for series boxes,
Yeah, for
point
series.
6 or 7. I like them high.
0.6?
Yeah,
Okay.
I like them to be high as fuck. And I mean, just for me, it's like I prefer the flavor type stuff. I can tell you that my avocado is on. I'm in red mode on this, so I'm in voltimeter mode at about 30% of my avocado in the series box, and it's got a 6 wrap triple core alien in it.
Man, I like to sit at like the 0.27 to 0.35 range because I do like those hot vapes. I am a hot vape kind of guy, and and then those flavor for days, and that's one thing that I really like to do is really get that perfect range for series boxes because I have fallen in love with series boxes, in love. And I had parallel boxes for the longest time, and I was like, that's kind of like a mech mod. You got to have like 0.1 in order to fire, or a 0.13 for it to fire just right, and rather than having that like the purge and then fire kind of deal. And
You know what's really great is my .08 on my Goon on my series box.
woo,
But I use the voltimeter on that. So safety.
yes,
I'm just gonna say it again, right?
is
Safety,
key.
fools. Like we're talking about safety, and you know why we know? Because we're aware. Because we've studied, and we don't do things before we know. Like I always tell people, if you have any question whatsoever, don't fucking do it.
Yeah,
Like
no.
why do it if you have any question whatsoever, any doubt? Because the result could be you burning out.
Catastrophic.
Yeah, it could be you standing on the side of the highway staring at your car that's burnt up completely. Like imagine not dying, but imagine losing your entire car.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
definitely.
yeah, or imagine being on YouTube with a 3rd-degree burn on your leg down to the bone
Oh,
and being the laughing stock of every single person in the world for a week because you just fucked up and put something in your pocket. And let me tell you, this happens. I have made a mistake and put batteries the wrong way into parallel boxes and fired it and had the batteries try to vent and had to stop my car and do it out. And this is the truth that I was mentally upset. I was like having a mental like a crisis right at the moment. It was a couple of years ago. It was last year. And this happens. Luis Cruz from Nuve Mods reevaluated his whole line after one day. He did that. He forgetfully put the wrong batteries into, or the batteries into his mod the wrong way. And one of the mods he used to sell without protection, and it vented. And he got so disturbed that he was like, "I'm not selling those anymore. Like, what am I doing?" We did a whole show about this on my channel called All About Series Boxes last year. And so this is important stuff. You can be very good at this shit and fuck it up. So do not be arrogant. Do not be cocksure. Do not be that person who just thinks that you can't screw it up. You could kill everyone. So just safety. Always think safety first. Oh, it looks like Michaela's saying her dogs are giving her a reason to wake up in the morning. That's important. In fact, you guys normally would see my little puppy Sadie. She's not here right now.
yeah. I actually just commented on that.
Did you?
With because her name, one of the dogs' names is Preston,
Yeah.
and that was like my biggest, like for my whole life.
People misread your name.
Yeah, my name is Pierson,
Yeah.
and everybody's like Preston, and I'm like, oh, come on. Once again, here we go. Here's the song and dance. No, it's Pierson. There's no T.
That's funny.
But I like the name Preston. And I actually have a friend named Preston, and we always get our names mixed up because it's like, who's here? Preston or Pierson? Oh, it's Preston. Oh, okay.
As long as you two guys know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's important. It looks like we got about 5 minutes left, so you guys all start chiming in with your final questions and shout outs and ridiculous things you want to say, and then we're going to start sitting here dripping our stuff to vape out here within a few minutes. What is your final call to everybody out there on YouTube there, Pierson? Have you got a last topic you want to talk about, or a little something you want to say, or someone you want to shout out to, or anything? I don't care.
Let's see here. So I already shouted out everybody that I wanted to. Shout outs to Vaporgate. Shout outs to everybody in my family. I love you guys. But at the same time, just I love what we do here, and I love the community here. So the biggest thing that I like this that I want to say is thank you guys and thank everybody out there in the world that is supporting the cause of being a fellow man to our vapors. And another thing is, rock on. If you don't know Alexis on Fire, you gotta get to them because I'm fanboying so hard about them forever in the light. I don't care if they're together or not. And one more thing is
That's
like,
funny.
and yeah, I'm Pierson Gardner on Instagram, and you could come see me. I'm always trying to post stuff, and I'm only going to be getting better. And big things are going to be trying to come up in the future. Keep in tune with me a little bit, and I love you guys, and you guys might not love me, but hey, I love everybody equally, and my heart is content now because I got to be on with Juicy Jones.
Oh, come on. Come on now. You're welcome. You're a great guest. This has been a good time. I mean, I love this show. I love you. I love everybody. I think that this is a great time, and we have a unique show here with a cool community. And so, I've it's just strange. It's been 18 months of this, and it's just strange. It's really cool. Like, I love this show, and the guests we've had are so amazing. And I've really tried really hard to keep things diverse and show as many gals as I can too, because it seems like we have a hard time getting gals to the forefront in vaping without looking sexist. And so that's important. I'm a feminist, and that's important to me.
Yeah,
And
then also the whole vape model thing, and everybody
yeah.
like over glorifying what a woman is to vaping, and
Yeah, it's not necessary, and it doesn't sell more vape. It just makes things. It just makes more likes. It actually doesn't sell more, and so
no,
because half of the people who buy things are women. This is the thing. Is I used to work in advertising. I can tell you that. Has Apple ever done this? Has IBM ever done this? No, because their advertising agencies know it doesn't sell. If it sold, they would all do it, but it doesn't. And people think it sells because one, people don't know anything. They just know what they do when they sit around thinking about stuff on Google. And two, because you've never seen the research, and I have. And people just think whatever they think is right. But I tell you, that doesn't sell. And what it does is it alienates half of the people who could buy your product. And it's not just the women. It doesn't alienate all the women, but it alienates a lot of the women and a lot of the men. It alienates me. When I see that shit, I don't go. I don't look at it, and it's not because I don't like naked girls. Holy shit, my girlfriend is hot, and she likes girls too. It's not about that. It's about the fact that that's not okay. Period. Not
exactly.
okay. Yeah, it's just not. It makes me uncomfortable to see all that skin and stuff when in a non-sexual situation about a product. It makes me uncomfortable as a man.
I can only imagine like an IBM chip getting like tossed into a cleavage and like,
Right.
oh yeah, this sells because you're looking at huge chi-chis and this little IBM chip, and you're expecting to be like, yep, I definitely want to buy that IBM chip now.
Right.
That looks great. That's
Right.
gonna make my computer run so smooth.
Right. That doesn't ever happen. You know,
No.
beer does it a little bit because you're drunk, but no one else does that. And clothes do it because clothes are about making you feel sexy. But you get my point.
Right.
Your blender doesn't do that, and it doesn't work. And what works is testimonials. That's why I get so intimidated, because people will buy what I say sometimes, but testimonials are what work. These shows are what work. Sex doesn't sell. And it's noob marketing, and it's for the desperate. That's what they are, is desperate, because they don't know anymore. So if they're doing that, they're really just wasting their time, because they're going to fail in the long term. That's why I hate cons with all those bikini chicks. I'm just like, put them in hoodies. Like, I like chicks. Hire chicks in hoodies. Why the fuck not?
Yeah.
You know,
like, what's the blanket with sleeves?
Yeah, the Snuggie.
Put them in the Snuggie, and then put them in the Snuggie and give them like a bottle of juice and say, "Yep, vape me." And then you can actually just cover their face and just be like, "Vape me," and bow, done. That's for me, because I look at the bottle more than I do anything else in the picture. Like hand checks.
Yeah.
That's what I love. It's like hand check. I love hand checks because you're not showing anything except your hand with a cool mod and a bottle of juice. And normally that's what I buy. Like, I am all spectrum. If I look at a bottle of juice in somebody's hand, I'm like, oh man, that looks fucking great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy it.
That's cool. Oh, okay, look, we're running out of time. Yep, that's it. So let's vape out. I want all of you to have a great one. I'm Juicy Jones. This has been Pierson Gardner. Say goodbye.
Hey, everybody, have a great rest of your day. Good mornings to you, and love the vapes. Love you guys. Community all day.
And so you guys like and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. And don't forget to click on the link for the 2016 giveaway that we're doing. And that is the Sarcasm video from last week. And it says 2016 giveaway. And I love all you guys. Let's vape out. Thank you.